Morning, everybody. It's a crisp fall day here at Crystal Gaines. You know, I told them this in person, but I wanted to speak about it for a second in a video. I have some friends that started lifting recently. I just wanted to talk about how proud I am of them, because it's not something everyone sticks to. And these people, they know who they are. I'm not going to say their names. They're going to the gym consistently or lifting consistently. Some of them lift at home. They're all doing amazing. Some of them are further along in their journey than others are, but you know, that's just how that works. You know, not everybody is, obviously not everyone's going to start at the same time. So yeah, man, I just wanted to say to you guys how proud of you I am. One of you is on a weight loss and muscle building journey, and they have been consistently going to the gym and making great progress. And they went and did a bunch of research on their own, and when I was kind of giving them advice, they already knew a lot of the stuff that I was saying, which told me that they cared enough to research this on their own, and they had the consistency locked in. So that tells me they're going to succeed in their goals, because that's how I was. My other friend, he's been pretty skinny a lot of his life, and he started lifting, and he's still in his newbie gains phase, and the progress he's making is just, really, it's astonishing. His arms have looks like they've freaking tripled in size, man. And he has delts, like he's already getting like capped delts, and he's natty. So I was like, yeah, dude, that's fucking sick. He's even got rear delts, which is something that a lot of people neglect. And I was like, man, you're doing good. Really, you don't realize how good you're doing, because to have cap delts, and I'm not sure exactly how long. I should ask him how long he's been lifting now, because I think he's about a year in, but he's natty, and he's already got some cap delts and rear delts, and biceps and triceps are looking good, man. Like, you're doing great. Another one of you just started, and I think they're 3 weeks in, and they're sticking with it so far, man. Like, that's fucking cool. All of that shit's so cool to me, because I just, you know, I want everybody to be the best version of themselves. And that's one thing I want to tell you guys, is to not compare yourself, you know, and I harp on this over and over and over again. Do not compare yourself to anyone else but past you, because that's all we can do, man. We can just be the best versions of ourselves, and you'll hit your goals. I know you will, all of you. But yeah, I just wanted to say how proud of you guys I am, because I don't know, I just wanted to take time out in the video to say that. I can text it to them, you know, and I have, but it's just, I don't know, I felt like it's a little more special to kind of make a point to bring it up in my video. But yeah, you guys are fucking crushing it, man. I love seeing it. Keep it up. Morning, everybody. Once again, crisp fall day here at Camp Crystal Gates. I had something really cool happen at the gym. This old timer came up to me. We had a fucking cool conversation, man. And like I said, I don't really talk to people at the gym very often. But when those old timers take time out of their day to come talk to you, because they're a wealth of knowledge, and if they're taking the time to share some of that with you, you need to listen, and you need to respect them and be appreciative that they're sharing some of this knowledge with you. He competed, and he won his pro card, and he was showing me, well, he was like, you can just Google me, and he told me his name, and I looked him up, and he knew what he was talking about. You know, he had a crazy physique, okay? He had won some shows. Anyway, he was trying to convince me that I should compete. He said, you definitely have the physique and the genetics for it. I really think you could win some shows, man. And I was like, well, thank you, first off, you know, because anyone thinking that I have a physique good enough to compete, that's a huge compliment. But that's not something I'm interested in doing, and I don't think that would help my body dysmorphia at all. I think it would make it 100 times worse. I already pick every square inch of my body apart. I don't need a scorecard to make that even worse and get stuck in my head. Oh my God, this show, I blah, blah, blah. I only placed here. That's bad news for me. It's not something I could do. When those guys take time to share some of that knowledge with you, listen, because they know what they're talking about. And don't think because you're younger and you've got a better physique now than they do now, that they don't know what they're talking about. There's nothing they can teach you, because there is. And you can learn a lot, all right? Me and him had a fucking cool conversation, all right? He was talking about everything, every aspect of it, including stuff that, like, I try to steer away from talking about too much on here. Again, because I don't ever want to encourage anybody to hop on. It's a life-changing decision, and it's not to be taken lightly, okay? There's many pros, and there's just as many cons, all right? Anyway, the fact he was willing to talk about that stuff with me, the fact that he thought I had a good enough physique to compete, that was a huge compliment. And he was sharing all kinds of training tips, and we talked for a good 30-45 minutes probably, and I don't do that. But again, when those old timers come up, I listen, and I think you guys should too. If that ever happens, you listen to them, you respect them. They've got a lot that you could benefit from. But yeah, man, I don't know, I just thought that was fucking cool. It really was. It was a fucking awesome conversation. Just kind of cool shit that happened. But anyway, today was going to be a rest day, but as I talked about my legs, man, I got to do something about my legs. So I think I'm gonna go hit some cocktail shrimp form leg presses, and hopefully I don't fuck up my back. I did some last week as well. I could feel it in my quads. It felt good. Because, you know, like I said, I was hitting legs very consistently. And then when I hurt my back, I almost completely dropped off for like almost a month. I was still trying to do stuff, but man, I couldn't even get through. It hurt a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it fucking hurt. So it kind of fucked me up. I couldn't do very much with legs. And it was starting to fuck with my other stuff too, because when you have sciatic nerve issues, at least for me, I've mentioned this before, I felt very top heavy, and I felt like I had nothing. Like, let's say you got, I don't know, something heavy up here on a stick, and you just cut out that middle section. It feels like you're going to fall over, right? My core, both in the front and back, just felt weak from that. And so it was starting to mess with pressing and everything, like upright rows. All my stuff was starting to get fucked up. When I stopped hitting legs consistently, say my legs, my quads were like out to here, I watched them do this, right? And it's the same thing with my triceps. When I took it easy with the triceps, you're not hitting it, so it's not going to look as good as it could, and you'll start to atrophy a little bit, I think. But it's something you bounce back. Once you develop that muscle, it's easy to bring it back if you lose it. I feel like it's not easy. I shouldn't say easy, but it's easier than if you hadn't already built that. So I'm going to try to get my quads back to where they were. We're going to go hit some legs. Again, I don't think I'm going to do like a crazy intense full leg day. I'm just going to go do some quad stuff, all right? I'm going to hit some leg press, some leg extensions, probably some hack squats. We'll see. But I got to go do some leg volume, man. I was trying, like I said, I was doing the everyday thing, but often, because I do it at the end of my lift, maybe I need to move it to the front, but then that's other movements are going to suffer. I end up burning myself out on a lot of my upper body stuff, and then I go to do that leg set, and I feel like I just don't have that power to do a proper set. So I gotta figure something out, man. I don't know if I gotta move it, like I said, to the front, do that at the beginning, but we're gonna figure it out. Some of this is just gonna be trial and error, and it's gonna be different for me than it is for you. So I'm gonna figure this out. We're gonna get our legs back to where they were and beyond. And I don't know if you know this, another reason you don't want to skip legs, and I think I left this out the last time I talked about how I skipped legs the first several, I don't know, like 2 years, basically. I mean, I would squat here and there, but I was not consistently hitting legs. Your legs are the only thing that you train that makes your body think its life is threatened. Okay, it goes into, there's a systemic response. At least this is what I've learned from other videos. There's supposed to be, on a leg day, a systemic reaction, because it's so intense that your body actually, like, your body thinks we're going to die. And so instead of, like, say, like, you're just doing biceps or shoulders or chest or whatever, instead of just your whatever body part you trained growing from that stimulus, there's a systemic growth effect from hitting legs. And you're limiting how big you can get with your upper body if you're skipping legs. So if any other reason, if you don't give a shit about legs, you should hit legs so that you can be as big as you possibly can everywhere else. I don't know how true that is, but I believe it, because when I started consistently hitting legs, I started blowing up. It is what it is. I don't know how accurate, because again, all this information is stuff that you hear online, and sometimes people make shit up, man. I don't know, but I believe it to be true. Okay, we'll say that. But that's a reason you don't want to be skipping legs. I know it sucks. A lot of people, some people, man, you know, some of you guys are freaks. You love leg day. I don't get it, but I like it when it's done. Okay, not so much while it's happening. Anyways, we're gonna go do that. Maybe one day I'll get to a point where I'm comfortable enough to, like, actually pull my shorts up and show my quads and stuff, but right now I'm not there, and there's not really anything too impressive to show at the moment once I get my quads back to where they were, I might actually do that once. But because they were, I felt like they were starting to get kind of impressive. But again, a month off of it kind of fucked me over. But that's what's going on. I don't know. Just thought I would bullshit for a minute. I hope everybody has a good lift or a good rest day. And if you're not feeling it this morning, get down there. Just go. Just go to your car. Drive to the gym. Start. Warm up. You'll get into it, man. I'm telling you, that's what I always do. Because there's many days I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't feel like going down there. I don't know. And I make myself do it. And that's how you build consistency. You go when you don't want to go. And it's going to happen a lot. You're going to have many days where you feel like shit. You don't feel like getting down there. But you got to. Because do it for future you. Do it so you can be as big as you want to be later on. And the only way to get there is to put in the work. So you want to be consistent, man. I think consistency over just about everything else is where it's at. It's the key. So you got to build that. Anyways, I want to talk to you guys later. Oh boy. Just finished legs. I was talking about, I came in on my rest day just to get some leg volume in, and I feel really good about it. It was a good lift. I did the leg press, and I made sure I pulled my ass down into that seat and back instead of sitting with my spine like this. And I didn't have any issues whatsoever. I was actually able to get, it was back to the 16 plates again, which with the preload on that machine is around 890. I know it's not, you know, whoa, 890, you know, there's people that do fucking insane shit. I'm not in any way saying that's impressive. It's just what I do. I do that. I was able to get almost to the same rep range. I hit like 18, 16, 14, 12. And that was of course after warm-ups. What I did is I started out with like 5 on each side. And I'd do a set, just a warm-up set, and I'd add 2 more plates. And then I did another warm-up set, and I add 2 more plates. There's a guy walking by, he's probably see me in my mask and probably thinks it's goofy. I don't really give a fuck. England. Anyway. What's up, man? Yeah, it was a good little leg volume day. I feel really good about still being able to hit that. And I almost took a video of my quads. I'm not going to do it. They're still not where I want them to be. If I can get them back to where they were like a couple months back, I may take a video or a picture or something and put it in a video. But as of right now, I'm not comfortable with that. And I think everybody should respect that. But anyway, yeah, it was really good lift. I feel great. Because it was starting to bother me, man. Not hitting legs right. I know that's the fucking thing everyone falls into. And you can't do that. And I felt like shit about myself a little bit because I just wasn't, I knew I wasn't putting in enough work with them. So I think I may be changing my split here soon. I'm going to keep it just until the end of October the way it is, kind of. And I've been improvising with this a lot. I used to be very, very fucking methodical with everything, down to everything I did, you know, was tracked and blah, blah, blah. And I kind of, because of my time restraints, I've kind of gotten lazy with that. And I need to get back into doing that too, because I can tell, like, I'm getting stronger, and I'm able to push it further each week with what I do. But the only way to be absolutely positive, because you can't rely on your memory, man. It's especially mine. It's not the best, but I what I've been doing is pushing it to as far as I can take it. So, and that's all you can do. You can't go past that point of what you're capable of. You can try, and that's what's going to stimulate growth, but that's what I've been doing. It's like Mike Mentzer talked about. If you're capable of leg pressing for 12 reps at 890 and all you ever try is 10 reps, you're not going to grow from that. You've got to try that 11th rep. And that's going to stimulate growth. And you may only get to move it a couple centimeters, and then the next week a couple more centimeters. But it's progress, and eventually you're going to get that 11th rep. But you got to try. That's all I have been slacking on how methodical I am with my tracking of reps and sets and all of that. I know how many sets I do, and for each movement, I do know that, and I know what loads I use, and I know for the most part what I got last week. But basically, I've been, like I said, pushing it as far as I can muster every week. And from what I remember from the previous week, I am making still progress on everything. So, but anyway, it was a good leg day. It was not really a full leg day, but I only did 3 movements. I did leg press, I did some extensions, and I did hack squats. So it was kind of like a quad focused day, but I almost did some calf raises, and I like to do those. I use both the leverage machine thing. I use that, and I also like to do them on the leg press with the same load that I use for my leg press, which is probably, I don't know. I mean, your calves are pretty fucking strong, man. They're always being worked, so I don't think that's too much for it. I've never had any issues with it. I do get some weird twitching going on every now and then. Anyway, it was a good lift. I hope every one of you had a good lift or a good rest day, if you didn't skip it like I just did. Anyway, I'm going to get home, get something to eat. I got to go take out a loan so I can make my car payment. I don't know. I need these checks to come in, man. It's a little scary right now. But we're going to figure it out. We always do. That's what you got to remember, man. When shit gets rough, you've been through worse. You'll get through it. You'll figure it out. Nothing's ever too much to deal with. It can get pretty fucking close, though. I tell you. Yeah, it was a good day. Catch you guys later. Bye.